Prince Edward and Sophie's broke the Queen's stern bedroom rule. The Earl and Countess of Wessex, who will celebrate their 26th wedding anniversary this year, are often described as having a special partnership. Legend has it that the Queen even broke a bedroom rule she had at Buckingham Palace when she allowed Sophie to stay the night. The Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, who is the older sister Kate Middleton never had, were all smiles with their hands clasped together in two stunning portraits released to celebrate their silver wedding anniversary. Made public in June 2024, the shots commemorate 25 years of a remarkable union, often cited as a prime example of lasting affection, companionship, and steady dedication. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. There's clearly a lovely partnership there, royal commentator and author Katie Nicholl observed. You can see from the way Edward, who had a ridiculous encounter with the creator of Bad Sisters, looks at his wife, that he adores her and is very much in love with her. I think he has huge amounts of admiration for her. And what they've got is clearly something very special. Speaking candidly on ITV's Love Your Weekend with Alan Titchmarsh back in March during his 60th birthday celebration, the Duke paid tribute to Sophie's steadfast support throughout their marriage. He hailed his wife as critical, absolutely critical, in his life and thanked her for their robust alliance. She's been an absolutely brilliant rock, and I'm incredibly lucky that I found Sophie and that she found me, he lauded. Hopefully we've been a really brilliant partnership, reports the Mirror. Many were taken aback by the openness of the interview. Even royal writer Ingrid Seward had her say. I thought, goodness me, how did I not know they were so together? She was impressed by their unity, saying, with the track record of the other royal marriages, it's particularly impressive. The two of them seem so happy. The royal couple's romance began back in 1987 when a youthful Prince Edward, aged 23, encountered 22-year-old Sophie Rhys-Jones at Capital Radio, where she was employed in public relations. At that juncture, Edward was romantically involved with one of Sophie's acquaintances. Their love story blossomed 6 years later, in 1993, as Sophie managed the publicity for Edward's Real Tennis Challenge event. When Sue Barker, the former tennis star and Question of Sport host, withdrew from a photo session, Sophie filled in, joining Edward for promotional photographs. Brian McLaurin, Sophie's employer at the time, observed an undeniable spark between them. There was no mistaking the chemistry that was between them right from the word go, he remarked. Their initial date, initiated by Edward, featured a tennis match followed by dinner at Buckingham Palace. Prior to his relationship with Sophie, the prince enjoyed several romantic liaisons. Edward and Sophie connected over their mutual love of sports, arts, and outdoor activities. Despite their growing relationship, they kept a low profile initially. Edward didn't really fit the royal mold in many ways, Katie says. He was quite creative and modern, and he thought outside the box. He pushed the boundaries of what was expected of a prince, sometimes successfully and sometimes less so. It was unsurprising he chose Sophie, because she was also modern and different from what people expected of a royal bride. Sophie's romance with Prince Edward led her to form a tight-knit bond with the late Queen, earning her special privileges to stay at Buckingham Palace prior to their engagement announcement in 1998. A delightful tale tells of Prince Edward trekking down to Sophie's room one night, accidentally startling a corgi, and swiftly retreating, reports the Mirror. Ingrid Seward shares that, despite its unusualness, by then, the Queen knew of Charles and Andrew's marriage troubles, so she decided it would be a good idea if Sophie was given a passkey to the palace. I think she saw how long she and Edward had been going out, and thought, I've got to help this along. She also wanted Sophie to know what she was getting into, It was during a festive getaway to the Bahamas just before Christmas in 1998 that Edward popped the question to Sophie. At the time of their betrothal reveal in January 1999, he reflected on the long courtship. "It's impossible to understand why it has taken me this long. But I don't think it would have been right before, and I don't think she would have said yes," adding during the press event at St. James' Palace, "I managed to take her completely by surprise. She had no idea that it was coming. Which is what I really wanted." The beaming fiancée flaunted her exquisite Asprey and Gerard engagement ring, valued at over £100,000, featuring a 2-carat central diamond flanked by twin heart-shaped diamonds. She disclosed, "I was slightly stunned for a minute," then added, "and then I realized I should actually answer the question. So then I said yes. I said, 'Yes, please.'" Prince Edward and Duchess Sophie pay tribute to late Queen with 2024 Christmas card. The Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh have paid tribute to the late Queen with their newly released 2024 Christmas card. Prince Edward, 60, and Duchess Sophie, 59, were seen in 2 photos, the first of which is side by side with a photo of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip from their newlywed years. The Edinburghs posed facing each other during their visit to Malta earlier this year, recreating an almost identical photo featuring the late monarch and her husband at Villa Gardamangia in Valletta from around 75 years ago. The parents of Lady Louise and Earl James visited the former residence of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip in October. The late royal and her husband lived at the Maltese home between 1949 and 1951. While the late Duke was stationed in the country serving as a Royal Navy officer. In the photo captured in October, Sophie was seen wearing a lovely floral skirt with a white blouse and her Penelope Chilvers wedges. Meanwhile, Edward looked smart in a grey suit. The royal couple's 2024 Christmas card featured a second photo from a special occasion. In July, the brother and sister-in-law of King Charles celebrated their 25th wedding anniversary, marking the occasion with a set of photographs shot by Chris Jelf. The couple were pictured in the gardens of their Bagshot Park home in Windsor. Edward wrapped his arms around his wife, who was dressed in a splendid tan suede, tawny biker jacket from Page. She also wore olive green trousers from Galvan and a striped knit top from Frame. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.